So reflection at convex spherical surface. This is convex surface. This is the principal axis of convex surface. Incident ray. Next is this point is your A. Now here is center of curvature of this lens. Join it. This AM is perpendicular. Right here M. This is your angle of incidence I. This is your angle of reflection R. This is your radius of curvature. This is U, object distance. This is your V, starting from here to here, image distance. Refractive index of this medium is N2 and this medium is N1. We have to derive formula. So we have to take triangle OCA. Point C you should, no, this is point C here. This is point O, this is A. So let us check triangle OCA. In these diagrams, what is most important thing for you? The concept of exterior angle. Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Sachi has again gone. She is not able to join. So exterior angle concept is this. You know about it or not?
Yes, sir.
Suppose this is a triangle. So this angle is exterior angle. So this will be equal to sum of
Yes,
two
sir.
interior angle. Sum of these two will be equal
Yes.
to this. So same we have to use. So in triangle COA. So COA, you should see this is angle I, angle of incidence. This is your R. This angle is alpha. So you check I is exterior angle. This is equal to alpha plus gamma. Where is gamma? Gamma is this angle. In this triangle, this angle we are taking as gamma. So this I will be equal to alpha plus gamma. This is your equation 1. Now we have to take triangle CIA. Take triangle CIA. Gamma is equal to, check, gamma is exterior angle of now this triangle R, and we are taking this angle as beta. R plus beta. This is R plus beta. This symbol is gamma. Make little bit bigger. Gamma we make like this. Little bit bigger we make gamma. So what will be R? R is equal to gamma minus beta. Are you following? Change
Yes,
this.
sir.
So next, by Snell's law,
What is Snell's law?
sin I upon sin R is equal to refractive index. This is Snell's law.
Yes, sir.
Is equal to N1 upon N2. Do cross multiplication. N2 sine I, this is equal to N1 sine R. Any problem? What we are
No,
assuming,
sir.
we'll do approximation. I and R are very small. So when they are very small, what will happen? You at the place of sine I, you write I. So you write N2I. This is equal to N1 R. Any problem?
No, sir.
I'm going to change the page now.
No, sir. No, sir. Wait.
She is not
Yes,
able
sir.
to.
Change it.
She is not able to. Sachi, am I audible to you?
Sir, tell her to on flight mode and then off it.
Which mode?
Sir, flight mode.
Flight mode is for
Airplane mode.
aeroplane mode. Sachi, am I audible to you? She is not replying. So have you written this much?
Yes, sir. Written now.
Sachi, are you following it? Now let us go for next. Last point which we were doing, that was N1I. This is equal to N2R. So now the values of I and R,
Yes, sir.
you check. N1 is equal to N1. I is equal to, we have done alpha plus gamma. This is equal to N2 gamma minus beta. Sachi, am I audible to you? So what you do now, you substitute the value. First you multiply. What you will get here? N1 alpha, N1 alpha plus N1 gamma is equal to N2 gamma minus N2 beta. Transpose gamma in one side and alpha and beta one side. N1 alpha plus N2 beta is equal to N2 gamma plus N1 gamma. So you will be getting N1 alpha plus N2 beta. Take gamma common. N2 plus N1. This will be N2 minus N1. Do correction. Minus sign will be here. Next step will be then, what we are taking alpha is equal to tan alpha. We are taking beta is equal to tan beta. We are taking gamma is equal to tan gamma. So value you see, tan alpha is equal to AM upon MO. Tan beta is equal to AM upon MI. So AM is equal to H upon minus U. And here AM upon MI, this will become H by V. Gamma value you are taking AM upon MC. So AM is equal to H upon R. Any problem? Now you substitute the value here. N1. At the place of alpha, you write H upon minus U. H divided by minus U plus N2. At the place of beta, I write H upon V. This is equal to N2 minus N1 H by R. Are you able to follow?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, written. Sir, written.
Written. Any problem you are facing? No.
No, sir.
You're not facing any kind of problem. Now what you should do? What you should do after this? You see this? H is common. So H you can cancel. You can take H common. Taken H common. It will be N2 upon V minus N1 upon U. This is equal to N2 minus N1 into H divided by R. Sachi, am I audible to you? So H cancel. Now what you will get?
Yes.
Good. Your connection is disturbed. Here what you do? You will be writing N2 upon V.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. N2 upon V minus N1 upon U. This will become N2 minus N1 upon R. This is a formula. This is spherical lens formula. We can do here modification. Suppose you take air, one medium, and glass, another. So what will happen? This N2 will be replaced by N, that is refractive index, and N1 will become 1. So in that condition, your formula will become, have you written this much? N upon V minus, your formula will become N upon V minus 1 upon U. This is equal to N minus 1 upon R. This is when one medium is air. So this will tell you the relationship between U, V and R of a lens. When you finish writing, then tell it to me.
Sir, written.
Sakshi
Sir,
is
written.
all right. So this is one derivation, you should practice it. Next is converging and diverging as an action of lenses. In class 10th, you might have studied this. Why a convex lens behave as a converging lens, have we studied? We can consider this convex lens as it is made up of a prism. You're not speaking. Whose upper half basis. This is like this. It is made up of prism in which upper half has the basis downward. You see, downward, no? And lower half have base upward. And what is the property of prism? When a light incident on a prism, so the property of prism is that it will deviate toward the base like this. The rays of light will bend toward base. The rays of light, they are going to bend toward base. This is property of prism. Any problem? That is why a convex lens behave as converging lens. And when it come for concave lenses, so your concave lens is like this. And if you observe it minutely, you'll find that it is made up of prism. This is prism, in which the upper half have bases upward. See, the base is upward. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And lower half base is downward. I think this topic was there in class 10. So,
Yes, sir.
so when the rays of light will incident on this, so it will deviate toward the base.
It will diverge.
Uh,
Diverge.
so this is diverging lens, you see. That is why a concave lens behave as a diverging. Rays are diverging. So converging action, diverging action. Some more principles are there. Some rays of light, when it passes through lens, they don't get deviated. Like this is your lens. So the rays of light, it will pass without deviation. So what do you call that point? Optical center. If the rays of light will go parallel to the principal axis, it will pass through focus. In case of concave lens, if you take, suppose you take a concave lens. So in concave lens also there will be optical center. There will be point. This is optical center. The rays will come parallel to the principal axis. It will diverge from here. And it appears that it is coming from some point here. This point is called focus. Any problem?
No, sir.
So one more principle is there which you have to study, that is in case of convex lens, this is your convex lens. The rays will come from a point like this. Your chemistry classes is also on Zoom.
Yes, sir.
So your sir uses this kind of technology.
Yes, sir. This app only.
So he might be
Sometimes
also
he teaches on board.
okay. Putting the camera toward the board.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Camera is on.
Oh, so he's always active, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So rays will become parallel to the principal axis. Next thing is that we have to derive lens formula. Lens formula. So your lens formula is this. 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. You have to do the derivation of this. So let us do it. This is principal axis. Optical center. Here is image. Object is this, image will be fixed. So object means u, object distance, and image means v. So you see there are two spherical surfaces and the thickness of this lens is d. So what exactly happened? In absence, suppose this surface is not present, so its image will form at here, I dash. So in presence of this, what happened? The I dash image is formed at I. This is C1 is center of curvature, and here C2 is center of curvature. So join it like this. And with C2 also you join. Diagram is complete. Refractive index of this is N1. This is material is N2 and again this is N1. So this distance from C2 to this is C2 to this is R2. This is for second surface. And from C1 to here, this is R1. This is for first surface. And from here to here, this is V dash minus T. Any problem? So the formula which you have derived previously, you can use here N2 divided by V dash. V dash is image minus N1 upon U. This is equal to N2 minus N1 upon R1. This formula will be used when the refraction takes place through the surface R1. Next, when the refraction takes place through surface R2, then what you will use? You will use N1 upon V minus N2 upon V dash minus T is equal to N1 minus N2 upon R2. This is second. We'll do one approximation. This T is far less than V dash. So ignore it. So your formula will become N1 upon V minus N2 upon V dash is equal to N1 minus N2 upon R2. This is third equation. Do you have any kind of problem?
No, sir.
First and third you should add. First and third adding. So when you add these two, what you'll get? You see here is N2 upon V dash. This one and this one will cancel. What you will get? N1 upon V minus N1 upon U is equal to N2 minus N1 is common, you take N2 minus N1, 1 upon R1 minus 1 by R2. Are you following it?
Yes, sir.
So what you do? Divide both sides by N1. Dividing by N1 divided. So what you will get it? 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to N2 minus N1 upon N1. This will be N1. 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. Have you followed?
Yes, sir.
This N2 divided by N1. This is equal to N, refractive index of the medium. So I think you have not written, no? Write
No,
it.
sir, I have written.
Written.
Sir, written.
So your formula will become 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to N minus 1, 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2.
The meeting is going to be in.
Meeting, we'll start again, don't worry. How much time is left?
Sir, we started at 8:10.
So 40 minutes is going to finish. Let us finish this topic. You take as infinity. So V will become F right at the place of V. 1 by F minus 1 upon infinity is equal to n minus 1, 1 upon, I think this color ink is better than the previous one, blue one.
Yes, sir.
10 minutes more it will take, don't worry. So it will become 1 by f is equal to n minus 1, 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2. So now compare it with this. You can write here 4, you can write here 5. Comparing 4 and 5. Compare it, what you'll get? 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. You'll get it now? See, right hand side,
Yes.
right hand side. Both are same. Compare this left hand side. This is called your Gaussian form of Lenz equation. Revise it. That's all for today. Further tomorrow we'll discuss in this. It's okay?
Okay, sir.